That was by far a very crushing defeat as an Oilers fan. That I don't. Man. The Oilers made it to the Stanley Cup final. Last year, it was an absolute miracle run. This year, we were destined to somewhat be there. Um, but that speaks volumes to the Florida Panthers. Congratulations, back to back champions. That's no easy feat to do. They've played a lot of hockey in the last few years here, and they've made it to Stanley Cup final 3 years in a row and have won two of them. As a hockey fan, I remember the days where Florida couldn't even fill their arena. They were in a dual decade of darkness. And here they are, living in a golden age of hockey. As for the Oilers, there's so much that needs to change. But one thing that cannot change is that understanding that they made it to the Stanley Cup final out of the Western Conference. I mean, look, it's not easy. It's not easy to do, but they made it. There are 31 other teams that would love to be in the position of the Edmonton Oilers last season and this season. Next season, they can be. Who knows? But what I do know is that there are going to be some changes. And there should be. As a fan, I'm upset that the Oilers lost, but I'm not upset at the fact that the Oilers got there. Florida was just a fantastic team, significantly better throughout the whole series. And if there's a lot of fans that are around the league that say, "Oh, Edmonton got dominated," yeah, we kind of did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. But those teams in the Western Conference, what does that make you? We dominated you. The best come to play during the Stanley Cup final. The Oilers, their best just wasn't there. We were waiting for it, but it wasn't there. Now there's going to be fans out there that say, "Don't blame it on Stu Skinner. Don't blame it on this." No, I'm sorry. Changes are coming. And next season, goaltending has to be a massive change. We have to work on our defense. Klingberg may not stay. Wallman, we're going to have him. And look, I will say it, but the Oilers' defense core was rolling prior to adding Ekholm for the finals. I mean, would it have been the same if we kept him out? Probably not. Maybe so. Troy Stetcher, we saw that experiment go south real quick. Um, but the Oilers did very well, all things considered. I mean, we could be we could be the Los Angeles Kings and not even make it out of the first round. We could be the Toronto Maple Leafs and don't know what the third round looks like. We could be any team that is struggling to even make the playoffs. But as an Oilers fan, I've seen that. I've seen a decade of darkness. I've seen the glory years. I've seen the almost years. I've seen the very dark years. And I have the honor and privilege of watching these years. If it means having my heart broken every single year, but make it to the cup final, I'm not appreciating how good this team is, how good these players are. We have two of the best players in the world. Now, Stan Bowman, we need to find a way to create the best team. All throughout these series, you probably can go over my last videos. Reffing was terrible. I'm not going to blame the refs on this game. I'm not going to blame the refs. I'm not going to blame any one particular Oiler. I'm simply going to give credit where credit is due, and that's to the Florida Panthers and their organization for building a team that is as strong and as competitive and as good as Florida is. They put all the pieces together, and they won back-to-back championships. So whether you were cheering for the Florida Panthers or whether you were cheering for the Oilers or whether you were cheering against the Oilers or the Florida Panthers, just remember this was hockey. And this was a very good final. It had everything you could ever ask for, except for a comeback victory. But that's it for this season. I'm excited for what happens next season, but before we get into next season, we're going to have to talk about this off season. Jeff Skinner's not coming back. The Oilers should not be bringing Jeff Skinner back. Congratulations to him for making his first Stanley Cup final appearance in 15 seasons. Corey Perry, where does he go? Does he come back to Edmonton? Does he join Florida? Or maybe he calls it a last year tour in Anaheim. There's a lot of questions, but we're going to tackle that in the off season. For now, if you're an Oilers fan, I highly recommend just sitting back, soak it in. We have a pretty good team. That's the second straight year we made it to the finals. We have an opportunity to make more. The window isn't closed yet. If you're a Florida fan, bask in this championship, back-to-back championship, because that's not easy to do. So kudos to that team and that organization and to your fans for being there, for supporting, for helping grow the game of hockey. And to all NHL fans, just enjoy the fact that this was a fantastic series and the NHL and the game of hockey is growing. And it's growing in a good way. I'm happy with this. Not happy with the result, but I'm happy with the fact that we were able to go to a second straight final. I haven't seen that in forever. The last time I saw the Oilers go into a final was 2006, and I know that heartbreak very well. I now know 2024, and I now know 2025. But I have faith, and I have hope that this will be corrected. And we'll see the Oilers hoist that cup. Whoever's on that team, I don't know. But it's going to happen. I believe. I'm still an Oilers fan through and through. I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud of the way that they played. Each member of that team made a mistake. Each member of that team made a heroic action to keep this season as long as it has been. The Oilers love playing hockey in June. Maybe next season we kind of start off better. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. We'll see if Stan Bowman can actually right the ship here in Edmonton and maybe get us over that hump. Because we know we can get there. We just need to figure out how to finish that final game. That's it for me on this season. I will catch you guys sometime in the off season. For now, I'm going to take a much needed break before I break into some analysis of what potentially the Oilers can do in the off season and how to look forward to next season. But for those of you who have been watching, for those of you who have liked my content, I promise next season there's going to be a lot more content. It's going to be a lot more consistent. But I appreciate you. And I thank you for taking the time to watch the videos, whether they're 1 minute long to 30 minutes. It means the most. You guys have a great night. Have a great, great week. Have a great off season. Florida fans, enjoy this win. Go celebrate. Edmonton fans, pick yourselves up. Job's not finished, and it starts next season. I'll catch you guys on the next video.